Anup, so I'm gonna go right to you, because, I mean, let's face it, you guys have moved fast, and your sort of mantra has been, hey, try to keep up. And so, but yet at the same time now, as you move your data center out to the so-called edge, you begin to move at the speed of the CIO, we often joke, which is not the speed that Amazon typically is moving at. So how do you see addressing Joe's problem that he's so well laid out in the coming years?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this, we won't stop the pace, I believe.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah, we continue to, day in, day out, we continue to make sure that, we build the products that help our customers, make their life easy, right? Give them a platform that is so easy for them to run their resources, and also at the same time, right, we understand the need that you have certain applications, as Joe talked about, certain tools that you're reliant on. And if we are able, we want to make sure that you're able to actually use them, right? We understand that overnight, you won't be able to change your operational model, right? So while we want to give you application, platform that actually sets you for the next 10, 15 years, at the same time, it's very important for us to understand that what you got and the operational model you have, we meet you there, right? So hopefully the products that we have right now and the products that are going to come in future will continue to do so, right? Any specific question that Joe I can answer, more than happy to do that if I'm missing the part, any piece here.
No, I appreciate that, Anup. And I think that the industry and the companies represented here, I think you are doing the how do you simplify it? How do you streamline it? How do you automate it? How do you make it easy, right? The easy button for the enterprise. I think that one missing piece from the industry is that piece I spoke to, right? Yep. I don't think it's very easy, and you know this better than I. It's not about what compute, what storage. That's easy. Those equations and those functions, that's no-brainer simple. It's about how do I take an existing application or environment? Do I need to refactor it? Do I need to re-architect it? Can I migrate it? Do I know everything I need to know to migrate it? As you can imagine, because it may be interacting, most enterprises, they migrate certain functions, workloads, in those cloud environments, but they still interact with their on-prem environment. That interaction on-prem is really critical to the business. So
let me take that, just address this, because we've had this conversation, kind of like a dry run a few dozen times with Joe. I understand the argument well. I think the challenge and the opportunity is to really run the right level of analytics on our smart data, our metadata. It has all the answers. It has the answers whether or not these answers are deterministic or stochastic, because you have to, sometimes, you're going to have to make calls on whether this particular node is a server or a client or what. So you have to make guesses. The point is that the data, that's the goal. It's there. Now we need to make sure that it's there everywhere. It's available, so it can map not only north-south, but it's east-west. So we have a full set of the conversations, and then we have to have the right analytics. So we are accepting that challenge as one of the players to address that. And I dare say that being able to deploy in a fully automated software-defined data center to NSX, it will make it a cinch compared to where we are today, because often we are in north-south positions only.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I wanted to offer, Joe, to your comment. Again, I talked to many customers that have exactly the same issue. So this is not some weird thing that you brought up. There is a misconception that lift a bunch of workloads and move them onto the native public cloud, and I'll sort of go and do that over the weekend. And what we have found is that even the simple act of changing an IP address in a mature application that the people that wrote it are gone. We don't even know where it exists. You know, they just break. And so you know, over and over and over again, I talked to a Canadian customer who's like, I have 6,000 apps. We're going to migrate them 2 years later. You know how many they migrated? Like 10. You know, it's just because of all the little tiny gotchas. Like, wait a minute, but I need this, you know, I rule or this, that, you know, whatever. There's infrastructure dependencies which are hidden and not obvious. This is why we partnered with AWS. So when we run the VMware stack, you know, on AWS Metal, you can literally vMotion a workload from a private cloud into this hybrid cloud. We've, like, at this point, you know, hundreds and hundreds of examples of customers that are like, you know, migrating with a click. Now, that still presupposes it is a virtualized workload. What about the bare metal workloads, right? Those dependencies still exist. So I think your point stands. But we as an industry, I think, are getting better and better at helping customers get more flexible with their existing applications, as well as the new ones. You're building a new app, most of these things are built to migrate or they're built to be cloud native. And so it's less of an issue. It's the, you know, sort of almost infinite population of legacy applications that I think these dependencies are very, very real.